This is Karmann Mobil's 550, called itself a compact multi-talent, and so it's 548 centimeters long. It's got a bed in the roof, and it's got a sofa which also makes two sleeping places, an L-shaped kitchen, a wet room in a corner, and what it terms a large wardrobe. So that's quite a lot for such a small van. Now, so coming in here, what we can see, got 4 places around the table. Table is extendable. You can see how the bed here would come out, for example, and the main bed, which is up there, you can see how that also would extend, because it will sort of rest on that ledge up there. The ladders here, I do rather think that in a van like this, maybe better if they could sort of organise, maybe not steps, but some ledges to get into bed, because you never seem to know what to do with the ladder, particularly in a small van like this. You can see the differences also in the floor, but bear in mind all the time that this van is 548 centimeters long, and it has really a lot going for it. For example, there's the fridge in here is as big as the fridge in my van, which is nearly 2 meters longer. So for those travelling, that could be a bit of a boon. Look at all the space up here as well in the kitchen for preparation work. Perhaps whilst the bed, which is now beside me, is still occupied. In here, let's see if the door opens with the ladder, and it does. Now, 548 centimeters. Look at that enormous toilet and shower. Quite honest, I think that's bigger than the one in my van. No, actually I don't think, I'm pretty certain it is. And if there's a foul smell in here, you can always open the back door. There's a mirror there as well, which you may see, or may not, depending on my ability to turn the corner. Bit of storage there, and up there you can see the bed. I'm having some difficulty getting the door closed. Maybe some people mess around with it in places like this, or maybe it's just, oh there you go, needs a bit of a force on it. I do appreciate people mess around with things, and it shows. On the other hand, it may not have been built correctly. So this is a layout which I think, fair to say, goes back to the 80s. I mean, it was a James Cook, if not earlier, but not in Karmann Mobil, but in others, a James Cook version on the VW, for example, Westfalia, and others. But it does have a lot of room. You may question the point, why put in 2 beds? The vehicle itself has the footprint of a car, so you'll be able to, well, many cars anyway, so you'll be able to park it relatively easily. It's a bit wider than most cars, of course, but in length, I think my Mercedes was about this long. So when I'm sitting here now, it certainly seems to be much longer than my Mercedes was, but it was something like that. I can't quite remember how long it was. So it's got lots and lots of room inside. Fly screen, keep the insects out. It's got a brush at the end. Okay, I didn't give you the details, which I normally tend to. I'll read them to you. It's a bit dark. So it's 53,670 euros, 542 long, 205 wide, 278 high. Now I must say also the width, it looked to me to be longer from the inside. So I know I've said some nasty things about Karmann Mobil in the past, or some of their vans, not all of them, because I've said some good things as well, but I quite like this. I think that's quite practical as a camper, and it sort of gives me other ideas as well what you might be able to do with something like this. Obviously perhaps it's a bit impractical for 4 people to go long term in something like this, but you know, for the weekends and maybe short trips, it wouldn't be too bad for a couple with 2 kids, for example. But one thing that's going through my mind now, and sort of obviously, you know, getting this as an option, I'm just pointing this out as a intellectual exercise. Haven't quite worked out the details yet. What if these chairs were removed, got a bigger table, and you'd have a bit more space there, and for 2 people, bit of storage space or something of that nature. Just an idea, just something I'm going through. Haven't thought it out very clearly, but for a vehicle of this size, it's not practical to have 4 people in. But anyway, that's a point. Have a think about that one. If you've got any ideas, I'm constantly trying to find them. And they have a van here where they have thought of something along those lines, and it's for 2 people only. So, an interesting traditional type idea there. The Dexter 550. And if you want to see any other vans from Caravan Salon, where I am at now, please have a look at my channel.